faculty of MERI Professional and Law Institute, I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to all of you to the 4th Intra-College Moot Court Competition 2026. Before the formal start of the event, I request Shruti and Bhumi to please welcome our dignitaries with a rose flower as a token of gratitude. Thank you. Every meaningful beginning is marked by light, a light that symbolizes knowledge, wisdom, and clarity. To invoke the blessings of Goddess Saraswati, I invite our esteemed dignitaries to kindly come forward for the lamp lighting ceremony. Thank you so much. Before we begin, we pause, not out of formality, but out of respect. Because freedom is not just a privilege, it is a responsibility we uphold every day. May I request everyone to rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे
every institution has a story, not just in its buildings, but in its peoples and journey and its vision. Before we move further, let us take a moment to witness what truly defines us, presenting the spirit of MERI.
Innovation and leadership in the stars. Rooted in the spirit of Atmanirbhar Bharat, we nurture excellence in satellite technologies, aerospace systems, and space policy.
That was not just a glimpse, it was a reflection of who we are and what we aspire to be. I now request our esteemed dignitaries to kindly take their seat on the dais. To set the tone for this day of intellectual excellence, it is only fitting that we begin with a visionary whose leadership has shaped the very foundation of this institution. It is my privilege to introduce Professor Dr. Lalit Agarwal, Vice President, MERI Group of Institutions. A distinguished educationist and a true institution builder, Sir has devoted over 3 decades to nurturing academic excellence and creating opportunities for countless students. Under his dynamic leadership, MERI has grown into a center of excellence across disciplines including law, engineering, management, and international relations. An inspiring mentor and a prolific academician, Sir continues to guide not just institutions but aspirations. With great respect, I invite Professor Dr. Lalit Agarwal, Sir, to address the gathering.
Good morning, everybody. Let me first welcome the dignitaries on the dais, Lieutenant PGS Manu sir, Advocate O.P. Vyas ji, Preet Singh ji, and a senior lecturer as well as a professor and advocate from the Delhi universities, faculty members, and dear students. I am happy that MERI Professional and Law Institution is holding this 4th Intra-College Moot competition. All these moot competitions are a very, very important part of the learning process. We were just discussing when we were having tea about the lack of skills among the lawyers these days. Getting past and getting a law degree, to my mind, is not difficult. But getting a law degree with skills and competence is something which one should aspire for. And in this series, the competitions like moot courts are very, very important, and I believe that each and every one of you must participate in this with full vigor, full enthusiasm, and see that you should be able to prove your point, to score on your point, and to learn from the mistakes which you do in the classrooms and the moot courts here in the college, so that you don't repeat them there in the courtroom in front of the judge. MERI has been trying to introduce to its students new areas of learning, futuristic areas of learning, and many of our students have been a part of this, an active part of this opportunity which is brought in by the group and the institutions. All of you are expected that be a part of our journey so that we become catalyst in your growth and your development. Together, you and us have a common stake in the development of you as a student and for you becoming a very, very important part of this nation, that is the advocates, lawyers, and future judges. Many of you must be knowing that your teachers here at MERI have been teachers to successful lawyers as well as judges, and we believe that in near future we will see you as successful lawyers, as successful judges, and doing well in your career. Best of luck and have a very nice and entertaining as well as learning experience in the moot court competition. Best of luck.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful and inspiring words and for reminding us that education is not just about acquiring knowledge, but also about shaping the future and upskilling. It is now a privilege to welcome a distinguished academician whose contributions have shaped generations of legal minds. We are deeply honored to have among us Dr. Mahavir Singh Kalon, sir. Sir is a retired professor of law from Faculty of Law, University of Delhi, with over 2 decades of distinguished teaching experience. He is specialized in constitutional law and jurisprudence, contributing significantly to legal academia and doctrinal scholarship in India. He served in various academic capacities at the University of Delhi, including lecturer, associate professor, and also was a professor in charge at Law Center too. Sir has authored and edited several scholarly works, including books and numerous research papers published in reputed law journals. He actively participated in national and international seminars, conferences, and legal education initiatives, often chairing technical sessions and contributing as a resource person. Beyond teaching, he held important academic and administrative roles, including membership in university committees, UGC observer roles, and contributions to legal education policy and institutional governance. With immense respect, I invite Dr. Mahavir Singh, sir, to address the gathering.
Thank you. Good morning, all of you. Respected Professor Lalita Agrawal ji, Lieutenant General PGS Pannu ji, Shri O.P. Vyas ji, and my very dear and respected teacher, Professor Preet Singh ji. Sir had taught me in MD Rohtak, distinguished dignitaries, respected members of the faculty, learned colleagues, and dear students. It is both an honor and privilege to address this august gathering on a subject of that lies at the very heart of legal education and administration of justice. The importance of moot courts and the enduring relevance of legal profession. Allow me to begin with timeless reflection from the Indian philosophical tradition. Dharmo rakshati rakshita. He who protects dharma is himself protected by it. This profound maxim encapsulates the essence of legal profession. Law is not merely a system of rules. It is the living embodiment of dharma, justice, order, and moral balance. It is a thought, the legal profession, that this dharma finds its voice, its articulation, and its defense. The legal profession occupies a unique and indispensable position in any civilized society. It is not merely an occupation, it is a public trust. Lawyers, judges, legal scholars are not only entrepreneurs of law, but custodians of constitutional values, defenders of rights, and architects of social order. From the courtroom of ancient assemblies to the constitutional benches of modern democracy, the legal profession has served as a bridge between power and accountability, between authority and justice. In the Indian context, this role becomes even more significant, for our constitution is not merely a legal document but a transformative charter that seeks to secure justice, social justice, economic justice, and political justice. It is the legal profession that breathes life into these constitutional promises, and in doing so becomes the conscience keeper of the republic. If the legal profession is the pillar of justice, then moot courts are the foundation upon which that pillar is built. Moot courts are not mere academic exercises. They are simulated arenas of justice where law students learn to think, argue, analyze, and articulate like a true professional. They represent the transition from theoretical understanding to practical application. In a moot court, a student is not simply recalling legal provisions but is interpreting statutes, analyzing precedents, constructing arguments, anticipating counter arguments, and above all, learning the art of persuasion. This process is transformative, for it sharpens intellect, builds confidence, and instills discipline. It teaches students that law is not about memorization but about reasoning. Moot court training dwells that what may be called the juridical mind. It compels students to approach problems with clarity, precision, and logical coherence. In preparing memorials, students learn the importance of structure, research, and citation, engaging deeply with case laws, statutory interpretation, and comparative jurisprudence. In oral rounds, they learn courtroom etiquettes, composure under pressure, and the ability to respond spontaneously, skills that no textbook alone can impart. More importantly, mooting teaching immunity for every argument and advanced is open the challenge, and every position taken is subject to scrutiny. This intellectual humility is essential for any lawyer who seeks not merely victory but justice. While moot courts train students in advocacy, they also introduce them to the ethical dimensions of the profession. The legal profession is not a marketplace of arguments, it is a moral enterprise. A lawyer's duty is not merely to win cases, but to uphold justice, fairness, and integrity. Moot courts subtly instill this ethos by teaching that advocacy must be grounded in honesty, arguments must be supported by law, and conduct must reflect respect for the court. In this way, moot courts become the first step in shaping not just competent lawyers but ethical professionals. We live in an era of unprecedented transformation where technology, artificial intelligence, globalization, digital governance are reshaping the contours of law and legal practice. Yet, amidst all these change, the core values of the legal profession remain constant: justice, integrity, and service. The role of lawyer is expanding beyond courtrooms into policy making, corporate governance, human rights, advocacy, and international law. In such a dynamic landscape, the skills developed through moot courts becomes even more relevant, preparing students not just for litigation but for leadership in diverse domains of law. The legal profession is not merely about the individual success, it is about collective responsibility. A lawyer is not just advocate for the client, but as an officer of the court, a participant in the justice delivery system and guardian of the social values. The journey from the moot court room to real courtroom is not merely a change of setting, it is a transformation of responsibility. What begins as an academic exercise evolves into a professional duty where arguments must stand the test of real consequences and lives, rights and liberties depend on the competence and integrity of legal professionals. This transition underscores the importance of rigorous training, disciplined thinking, and ethical grounding, all of which are nurtured through moot court experience. As I conclude, I return to the idea with which I began Dharma. The legal profession is at its core a commitment to